Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's tutorial, I will demonstrate how to cut and sew a cowl boubou dress with yoke. Hi, my name is Ayo and welcome to 011 Clothing Tutorials. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now, let's get right into the tutorial. Thank you! I'll be working with the following items: a pair of scissors, tape measure, pins, tailor's chalk, rulers and cuffs, a matching thread, a matching long zip. I used 5 yards of this cotton rayon fabric and I used about half a yard of this lace fabric. I'll be working with the following measurements: shoulder to shoulder 16 inches, bust circumference 39 inches, hip circumference 45 inches, shoulder to waistline 17 inches, shoulder to knee 40 inches, shoulder to hips 26 inches, full length of dress 58 inches. First, I will cut out the front yoke of the dress. It will be cut on fold, so I have already folded the fabric into two. I will draw a horizontal starting line about 1 inch from the upper edge of the fabric. The length of the yoke will be the shoulder to waistline measurement, which is 17 inches. So I will measure and mark 17 inches downwards like this from the upper starting line. I will add half an inch to this for the seam allowance. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the hem of the yoke. For the front neckline curve, I will use a value of 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Using my French curve, I will draw the front neckline curve like this. Next, I will divide the shoulder to shoulder measurement by 2. This is 16 inches divided by 2 and this is equal to 8 inches. I will measure and mark 8 inches like this on the upper starting line from the folded edge of the fabric. I will come down by 1 inch from this point for the shoulder slope. I will connect it to the neck point like this using my ruler. From the shoulder tip, I will come back by 1 inch because I don't want the yoke to reach the tip of my shoulders. I will connect it to the hem of the yoke like this using my ruler. I will add half an inch seam allowance all around the yoke like this. I will secure the yoke together with my pins like this, then I will cut it out. Next, I will cut out the back yoke. I will fold the fabric into two like this. I will use the front yoke to cut out the back yoke. I will draw a horizontal starting line at the upper part of the fabric like this. I will also draw out the 1 inch zip allowance that will be at the center back of the dress. Then I will pin the front yoke to the fabric like this, aligning the folded edge of the front yoke with the zip allowance that I just drew out. I will make the back neck depth 1.5 inches. The back neck width remains the same, which is 3.5 inches. Using my French curve and ruler, I will draw out the back neckline curve like this. I will cut out the back yoke. Next, I will cut out the front and the back yoke pieces on this lace fabric. I will fold the lace fabric into two like this. I will separate the front and the back yoke pieces. I will pin the front and the back yoke pieces to the lace fabric like this. I will cut them out. I have here my fabric, which I've already folded into two equal halves, selvage to selvage. First, I will draw a horizontal line about 2 inches from the top edge of the fabric. From this line, I will measure and mark 15 inches downwards like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. This 15 inches is the extra allowance that will be gathered to give the cowl of the boubou more drapes, and this will be the actual starting line of the dress. The full length of the boubou is 58 inches. From the 15-inch line, which is the actual starting line, I will measure and mark the full length of the dress, which is 58 inches. I will add extra 2 inches to this for the hemming allowance of the dress. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the hem of the dress. The shoulder to hip line measurement is 26 inches. From the 15-inch line, which is the actual starting line, I will measure and mark 26 inches like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the hip line. The shoulder to knee measurement is 40 inches. From the 15-inch line, which is the starting line, I will measure and mark 40 inches downwards like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the knee line. These are the yoke pieces. I will reduce the shoulder length of the yoke pieces again by another 1 inch, making it a total of 2 inches reduction of the shoulder length. This is my choice. You can make yours just 1 inch reduction, or you may use the actual original shoulder length. I will trim off the excess fabric. On this folded fabric, I have already drawn out all my horizontal lines. This line is the 15-inch line and it is the original starting line of the dress. The distance between these two lines is 15 inches and it is the extra allowance that will be gathered to make the boubou more drapey. I'll pin the front yoke to the fabric like this, making sure that the folded edge of the yoke aligns with the folded edge of the fabric, and also the neck point should touch the 15 inches line. I will extend the shoulder tip to the upper line like this using my ruler. This is the hip line and this is the knee line. I will calculate the hip circumference divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches for ease and seam allowance. This is 45 inches divided by 4 plus 2 inches. This is equal to 13.25 inches. On the knee line, I will measure and mark 13.25 inches like this, starting from the folded edge of the fabric. Also on the hip line, I will measure and mark this same 13.25 inches, starting from the folded edge of the fabric. I will connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this. Next, I will locate and mark the middle point between the hip line and the knee line. At the hem of the dress, I will measure and mark this same 13.25 inches like this, starting from the folded edge of the fabric. I will connect the line straight down to the hem of the dress like this. From these open edges of the fabric, I will measure and mark 2 inches inwards like this on the upper starting line and also on the 15-inch line. I will connect the 2 points together with my ruler like this. This is the sleeve opening of the dress, which I'm also going to gather. From this end, I will measure and mark 3 inches inwards like this. I will connect these 2 points together like this using my free hand. I will draw out the cowl shape of the dress. The curve of the cowl is too much, so I will reduce it. I will draw out this line down to the folded edge of the fabric, this using my ruler. I will remove the yoke. I will add half-inch seam allowance to this side like this. I will now cut out the front part of the boubou. This side of the dress will be gathered to fit the yoke of the dress. Also, the sleeve opening will also be gathered. To cut out the back of the dress, I have already pinned the front part of the boubou to the fabric, which I've already folded into 2 selvage to selvage. I left 1 inch zip allowance at the center back of the dress. I will cut out the back part of the dress. I will cut open the fold at the center back of the dress like this. These are the front and the back yoke pieces. I will unpin the pieces. I will place the lace pieces and the main fabric pieces together, right side to right side, for both the front and the back pieces. I will sew the necklines in place, using half an inch sewing allowance. So now the stitching has been done. As you can see, after stitching, I notched the seam allowances and then I understitched the seam allowance to the neckline of the lining made fabric. I will reduce the seam allowance to the barest minimum because of the lace fabric, which is transparent, and I don't want the seam allowance to be visible on the outside of the dress. I will go ahead and stitch down the edges of the yoke pieces. This is the front of the dress. I will open it up like this. I will go ahead and gather this middle side of the dress like this. These are the back pieces. I will also go ahead and gather this side of the two back pieces. This is the front piece, and I've gone ahead to do the gathering, as you can see, to fit the front yoke. I will now go ahead and sew this side of the dress to the yoke of the dress, right side to right side, using half an inch sewing allowance. So now the stitching has been done. As you can see, I have overlocked the raw edges and I've given it a thorough press with my iron. These are the two back pieces, and as you can see, I have already gathered the two back pieces to the size of the yoke. I will now go ahead and sew the back dress pieces to the back yoke pieces, right sides together, using half an inch sewing allowance. So now the stitching has been done. As you can see, I will pin the two back pieces together, right side to right side at the center back. I will mark the length of the zip at the center back using the zip that I intend to fix at the center back of the dress as a guide. From the hem, I will measure and mark 20 inches upwards like this. This is the length of the vent opening that will be at the center back of the dress. I will go ahead and sew the center back of the dress in place like this between these 2 points using 1 inch sewing allowance. I have gone ahead to do the stitching, as you can see, and I've overlocked the raw edges. I will sew the end of the stitching horizontally to the edge of the fabric like this. I will also sew it down 3 to 4 times at the top of the vent so as to prevent the vent from ripping open when walking. I will now go ahead and fix this zip to the center back of the dress. First, I will measure and mark 1 inch zip allowance like this from the edges of the fabric at the center back. I will now go ahead and sew the zip in place. First, I will change my regular machine foot into a zipper foot. I will now go ahead and sew the zip in place like this, following the guidelines that I've already drawn out on the fabric. I will fold over the excess zipper tape at the upper part like this, and I will sew it down. So now I have fixed the zip to the center back of the dress. As you can see, I will now place the front piece on top of the back piece like this, right side to right side. I will go ahead and sew the shoulders in place using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Next, I will cut out the band with the ties at the hem of the sleeve. I will fold my fabric into 4 layers like this. I will secure the layers together with my pins like this. I will measure and mark 28.5 inches for the length of the band with the tie. I will make the width of the band 2 inches. So I will measure and mark 2 inches like this. I will draw a vertical line. From this end, at this corner, I will come down by 2 inches. I will connect these 2 points together with a diagonal line like this to give me the pointed tip of the tie. I have sewn the shoulders together, as you can see, and I have overlocked the raw edges. I will now go ahead and gather the ends of the sleeves. These are the 2 band pieces. I have gone ahead to fuse interfacing to the wrong sides of the 2 band pieces at the middle area, which is the band area. The length of the band area will be the around arm measurement at that point where the sleeve is supposed to end on the arm. With the right sides together, I will go ahead and sew the thigh sections of the band in place using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I have already gathered the ends of the sleeves, as you can see. These are the 2 band pieces with the ties. I have already sewn the thigh sections, turned them to the right side, and I've given the 2 band pieces a thorough press with my pressing iron. We need 1 extra measurement, which is the around arm measurement, at that point where the sleeve will end on the hand. And in this case, it is 14 inches. So the length of this band section is 14 inches. However, I will make the length of the gathered hem of the sleeve equal to 15 inches. This is because the band will not be sewn to the very ends of the gathered hem. I will leave about 1/2 inch allowance at both ends of the gathered hem for me to be able to sew the side seams of the dress in place. So I will mark out the 1/2 inch seam allowance at the sides like this. I will now pin the bands to the ends of the sleeve, right side to right side. After pinning, I will take it to my sewing machine and I will stitch it in place using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So now the stitching has been done, as you can see, and I've overlocked the raw edges. This is the half-inch seam allowance that I left at the side of the sleeve. With the right sides of the front and the back pieces together, I will go ahead and sew the side seams together using half an inch sewing allowance, and I will also hem the lower part of the dress. So now the stitching has been done. As you can see, I have sewn the side seams together. I will tie the ties at the ends of the sleeve like this. I have also hemmed the lower part of the dress. I have given the entire dress a thorough press with my pressing iron. I will now go ahead and use these beads to embellish the yoke area of the dress. So that's it, guys. We are done. And this is the final look of the exaggerated yoke cowl boubou on my mannequin. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, share this video with your friends who are interested in sewing, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. See you in my next tutorial. Bye, and thank you so much for watching.